Hello again YouTube, my name is Bree, and in today's video I will be painting in a tinted watercolor sketchbook. So this sketchbook was made for me by a friend Spofgh or Sophie, who I will link down below. She made this watercolor sketchbook out of the Bockingford tinted watercolor paper, which is 140-pound cellulose paper, and each page is a different, every few pages there's a different color. So in the beginning of the video, I do flip through each of those different colors and then show the the piece I intended to paint for this video. It didn't work out since the sketchbook does lay flat and that was the first signature. There was a little bounce to the cover and I did not prepare adequately. So with the water on top, the reflective sheen, and then just my hand going on and off of it, it was bouncing and it was a little dizzying. So I just decided to take my time and finish that one up on my own and then paint in the second page for you. So I'm not going to apologize because I'm trying to apologize less. But yeah, that's why I didn't paint that particular piece on camera like it looked like in the beginning. So this particular sketchbook, as I said, has 5 different colors. I think I said that. I don't know. So we start off with a couple blue signatures, and then there's, I don't have it in front of me, so I think it goes into like this ochre, then a green, a cream, and a gray paper. I've never painted on colored watercolor paper before, tinted watercolor paper, and it was honestly a little nerve-wracking. I think I said this when I did the Mossery video. I've kind of grown past cellulose paper, and this was just because in my experience using the techniques I use today, cellulose paper tends to pill is I guess the technical term. When I'm layering a lot of water and then doing some scrubbing or lifting, it tends to kind of crumble and just get really gross, and then you can't really continue to paint on it. So I had that bad experience with cellulose papers, and then also they tend to hold less pigment, less layers. So after you layer so much, if it hasn't started pilling, sometimes it just stops accepting new color, and then you're left with kind of what you have, and that doesn't really work for me anymore. So I was actually kind of nervous to start the sketchbook. I didn't want to disappoint a friend who made something for me by not loving the sketchbook, but this paper is phenomenal. It's by Bockingford, which I believe is one of the papers made on St. Cuthbert's Mill, but don't quote me on that. And also the pronunciation, because I don't know. But it is really, really good paper. I can use all the same techniques I use on cotton, and it did not pill. It did not stop accepting paint, and I couldn't believe it. I was so worried about what I would do to this paper, and it withstood everything. I'm in love, guys. And the blue paper, I didn't really know how that would impact the painting, and I love it. I mean, I can't wait to try all the different colors. So yeah, since this is a handmade sketchbook, I did want to use handmade paints. I did this for the first page as well. So I brought out the Mariah Beth and Finelinernerd palette that I'd used before, also for an elf boy, so that seems to be a trend. And I still love that palette. It's definitely a touch on the cooler side. You definitely have a warmer ochre and a warmer blue, but then 2 reds, one definitely cooler than the other, but both on the cooler side when compared to like my greater watercolor collection. So I thought that would work really well with the blue paper since it's cool, and it worked great. It also has a dark color. I don't know if it's a black or a Payne's gray. It's somewhere in between, and it's a lovely color, and every paint in here is so pigmented and so pretty. I love this palette. I didn't use the gold here. It does have an ethically produced mica, and it's a really pretty mica. Because I wanted to get some reds I couldn't easily get with that palette, I did substitute in 2 paints from my Beam paint, a brown and a reddish brown. I think the reddish brown is called Violet Earth. I could just check, but no, I'm going to be lazy. And it's so pretty. I unboxed that a couple videos ago, and that was instantly that paint. I was just like, yeah, this one I'm going to be using a lot, and I love it. I think this is the first time I used it in the painting, and so good. The brown I ended up not using that much, and I don't remember what that brown is called off the top of my head, but it just didn't really fit what I was going for here, so I tried to work it in and then put it aside in favor of using the violet earth with the ochre to kind of get those more brownish tones. But yeah, I had so much fun with the sketchbook and with these paints. I don't have handmade brushes, so I couldn't make it a whole handmade thing, but that's okay. Yeah, so for the character himself, this is my D&D character. We had just completed our first session, so my first session ever playing D&D, and I got kind of nervous and overwhelmed immediately upon starting because I realized I had like no idea how to play the game. And so I very quickly like, oh, what am I supposed to be doing? What am I doing? Who am I? Like, it was just, I got so wrapped up in the game itself that I lost track of my character, because you're supposed to be kind of role-playing. That's kind of the whole thing. So I wanted, like, immediately after playing, I decided to sketch him again just to try to get into the right headspace and remember what I was going for, which lasted for about the sketch itself. And then once I started painting, I put on a new audiobook and got lost in that character instead. So it didn't really work out. I gained nothing, but I had fun painting. So yeah, for the character, his name is Alizarin, which is just ripped off of one of my favorite paint colors, Alizarin Crimson. I couldn't come up with a name, and then someone posted swatches, and I'm like, that's a good word. I'm going to take it and make my character named Alizarin. And he's a half-elf rogue. And yeah, as soon as we played, we got to a town. They're like, hey, someone should explore the town. I'm like, yeah, that should probably be me, but what do I do? So I'm sure session 2 will be a little better for me. I really did have fun playing. It's a good group of people. We're just playing online, being nice and socially distanced and safe. And we're only playing once a month, so I should be able to keep producing art. The whole travel journal idea that I had definitely isn't going to work out, though, unfortunately. The paper I was using, I despise. I normally wouldn't say something so strongly, but I used watercolor on a 100% cotton paper, and it sucks the pigment in immediately. It's like there's no sizing whatsoever. So I put down paint, just a drop of paint saturated in water, and then put a paper towel on it, and it's already stained the paper. So it doesn't work for me the way I work. I may still go back to that and try to use a gouache and finish that piece for that character, but it's not going to work as a travel journal because it just won't fit quick sketches. It's too bothersome. I don't know. So yeah, I might do some doodles from time to time related to the D&D campaign, but it's definitely not going to be a travel journal. But that's okay. I'll still have fun with it. So, what else do I have to say? Oh, I should thank you guys because my little YouTube channel now has 100 subscribers. I think I'd actually hit this before the last video, but I forgot to say thank you then. I know that's not a big number, but for me, it's huge and I really appreciate it. So, thank you all. So, yeah, I thank you so much. That means a lot. And yeah, my goals are really tiny for this YouTube channel. I just really want to try this out, have fun, make videos, and talk to people. So I'm super happy. And if I make it to 300 subscribers and am able to pick my own channel name for the URL, that will be like the ultimate goal for me. I'm so happy, guys. Yeah, so I also wanted to thank you guys, but I want to show my appreciation by bringing in Juno again, since you seem to like her so much in the swatch card video, but she's just not been around while I was painting. So Maggie, my other cat, was actually jumping on me during the painting of this piece, which didn't make it particularly easy, but she didn't want to show her face on camera, so that didn't really work out. But I did clip in a little video of Juno playing at the end of this video, so I hope you like that. You could see how ridiculously fluffy she is. I got her one of those floppy fishes that I see advertised on Instagram, and she's terrified of it, like absolutely terrified. But if I turn it off, she goes nuts for the catnip. But as soon as it starts moving, she bolts. It's not as exciting as it should be, but she'll say hi. Otherwise, I'm just really excited that I'm sticking to my every other week posting schedule because that was a real challenge for me last year. And just having that, it's that Tuesday, it's time to post, has really motivated me. But I really don't have any plans for my next video. So if there's anything you'd like to see, I make no guarantees. But if there's any like video types or I don't know, even maybe painting ideas, let me know. Like I said, I make no guarantees. I'm very much a mood painter. Even like I might draw something and then go, I'm not really feeling this anymore, like 2 days later, and have no interest in it anymore. So I'll see. I do kind of want to like celebrate my little milestone there. Otherwise, I do have an Etcher A6 that is getting close to being done. It's not quite there yet, but I've been a little distracted this week. February is Figuary, figure drawing month, hosted by Love Life Drawing and Croquis Cafe, so I'm participating in that, which means that I spend, well, it depends on if they do an instructional video. It could be up to half an hour a day between watching the video, preparing, and doing the figure drawing session for the day. So it does take some of my sketchbook time. But yeah, let me know. I'll see what I can do. I make no promises, but yeah. Otherwise, I will see you in a couple weeks with a new video on a to be determined topic. So take care, guys. Thank you again, and hope to see you in a future video. Bye.